Kai the Mediator. This story is a story from Enigmas of the past. Who is Kai? Kai was a purple ninja, a meditation ninja. Purple is a symbolic for meditational mind power. Where is Romix? Romix is in BC China, the first era. BC China. The first era BC, in which we no longer see peace as it used to be. Realm X. So we figured Realm X was a place, a dimension that began out of the Big Bang, which developed into a place of carnage, a place of hell, tyranny. What else do we know about Realm X? We know that Realm X was probably not the place anyone should be, but at the time of anarchy, only one way was possible to exit out of Realm X or into Realm X. The mistake, it was exactly what the Mediator Kai did back in the day of BC era China. So what is the Lin? The Lin is a place of peace. There was, back in the day of BC era China, a place that resided in the forests of the Lin. These forests are unknown, somewhere in the Chinese territorial realm of something huge. Something big out of the unknown was going to travel through a mirror dimension into a realm that was unseen. Realm X is that place where no one could ever survive. But for Kai the Mediator, it was different. It was as if his moments as a meditation ninja were somehow jaded, faded, in between the lines of death and life. So if this was possible, then the Lin was not Realm X, but the Lin was BC era China, the first era. And the first line of events are survival of the fittest. What is the Lin? It wasn't truly haven. It wasn't truly heavenly-like, but it was awful. There were deaths. There were places that no man could survive. So what is Citizen X? Citizen X was not a place. It was a humanoid, a sub-Earth being, masked, equipped with a head helmet and a cloth thick enough to protect from another attack of a sword, possibly a grenade attack from a bottle bomb. traps, snare trap, anything lethal. The Citizen X was a obscure being which lay profound near Realm X or the Lin. But what is this method of travel, and how comes it was used to travel to such a place where an ex-citizen could be just as worse as the Lin? In the accounts of Enigma, in an old Chinese transcript, yes, the Mediator Kai had used this many a time, but the mirror, the Vortex, was left unmanned, non-maintained. Enough time for a Citizen X to creep into the Lin. And from Realm X, where no one else can survive. So what is the Vortex Apparatus? The Vortex Apparatus was a mirror and mouse curse. The mouse cursor, the indicator from what it appears to be like a computer mouse, was created sometime in BC China. Different obstructions from mechanical works of inventions began around then. But what is to be known of this account is the Vortex Mode Apparatus. The Vortex Mode Apparatus is what it was known as, and therefore was able to open up a time portal between mirror and dimension. This led to the Lin and Realm X. In BC era China, which we're about to know next, we will know of the famous and most probable places on Earth which you know today, which began with technology such as wooden puppets which moved in a robotic manner. The puppets that we see today in animation or animatronics come close to that. But to be quite honest, nothing comes as close to the reality of the Vortex Apparatus Mode machine. The doorway was opened, and the typewriter began to open a seal, a closed door which in time would be opened to a new world. But what happened to Kai the Mediator? Well, once he had typed a certain algorithmic code, a code that can only be described as a pattern in the crux of the mirror attached to an electronic device powered by a form of friction, is unseen. But maybe, to judge rightfully, he had walked through the mirror, and in through that mirror began to open up another world, the realm of X. Realm X, from the Lin, BC era China. A place where there was only death, bleed, shard of glass and metal dug through the skin, piercing the lung or heart of that being. Kai was gone. Or was it for good? The accounts state not many people know of what happened in BC era China. But the first stages of the mirror were found. A mirror was found quite some time ago. But this mirror wasn't intact. The remains of a mirror had been broken, melted. What was left was the frame, the framework of that mirror, and the wires that led to the electronic gauge of the Vortex apparatus. Teleportation. If indeed Kai the Mediator disappeared from the Lin with a teleporting device, then this is leading to believe that it is possible, or was possible, because there were fragmented pieces to the mirror, shards that were probably etched off the frame. The frame itself was ignited with electricity, which proves that teleportation was true. The mirror and the lost dimension of Realm X. Where is Realm X? To secondly just explain, Realm X is a dimension that lies in the parallel of this world. The Earth, of course, habitats this dimension. A place where there is probably not a lot of life, but maybe life that is just non-existent. Wherever Kai the Mediator disappeared to, there was no food, no water, nothing, just sea and land. No one knows what was inside Realm X, apart from when discovered, the mirror frame had a distinctive smell to it, the scent of sea air. The sea air that sounded quite common. It wasn't the Pacific or the Atlantic, neither the Antarctic, but certain smells of just an oceanic reside. And an island, but no one knows exactly where Kai the Mediator disappeared to. In those lengthy moments, nobody knows exactly what happened to the mirror dimension either. No one can actually travel through mirrors now. Even if you tried, what would be the point? The point proven is that time travel or teleportation is now true, is probably a true fact. But based on theoretics, who is to know? This story has been brought to you by Enigmas of the Past.